Have you ever noticed how some people act oddly around you, drawn yet unsure how to react? The blend of admiration and resentment you spark isn't chance. It mirrors the unique purpose others sense in you. Seeing this shows they recognize something powerful in your core, reinforcing your path and boosting confidence. Grasping these subtle hints not only reveals their views but also helps you guard your peace, grow meaningful ties, and boldly claim your destiny, a role that distinguishes you. There are 8 vital signs unveiling this truth, and understanding them lets you block negativity, build uplifting bonds, and embrace your calling with firm resolve. Ready to unlock your potential? Explore these signs now. Sign 1. Imitation. The first sign that others recognize you as a chosen one is the effort they make to imitate you. They are drawn to the inner strength, profound wisdom, and natural charisma that radiate from you, much like moths irresistibly pulled toward a flame. This imitation is not merely an unconscious act. It is their silent way of acknowledging your influence, even if they never voice it aloud. Your style gradually becomes their inspiration to shape their own. Your ideas serve as a compass for their thoughts, and the way you carry yourself transforms into a blueprint they adopt to navigate the world around them. Picture those familiar moments in everyday life. A colleague at work, who once had their own distinct approach, suddenly begins to mimic your method of problem solving. During meetings, they might unexpectedly echo your communication style, your confident tone, your clear and structured phrasing, as if it's something they've always done. Or outside the workplace, you might notice friends subtly shifting their habits, quietly incorporating elements of your signature style into their wardrobes, like the colors you favor or the designs you often choose. They even start showing up at the places you frequent, your favorite coffee shop, that peaceful park corner, not by chance, but in the hope of basking in the positive energy you exude. These actions, though sometimes subtle, are undeniable proof that they see something extraordinary in you, a unique quality they yearn to connect with. They don't just want to be like you. They long to absorb some of the light you radiate, as if doing so will elevate their own lives. Witnessing this imitation can stir a mix of emotions within you, both delight and unease. On one hand, it affirms your distinctiveness and underscores the impact you have on those around you. On the other, it can feel intrusive or even maddening, especially when someone brazenly takes credit for your ideas or copies your behavior without a shred of recognition. Yet, look deeper into what this means. Their imitation is a quiet declaration of your power and presence. It reveals that you are not just an ordinary individual, but a forceful wave, carrying others along in their pursuit of self-improvement. When you understand and embrace this sign, you'll learn to face it with calm and grace. Rather than feeling threatened or irritated, let this awareness strengthen your path. Keep leading with authenticity and integrity, for your light doesn't just guide you, it inspires others, even if they never say it outright. See yourself as a lighthouse standing tall amidst the sea. Without even trying, you naturally shine and show the way. Don't let fleeting negative emotions dim your worth. Instead, let this imitation fuel your drive to fully unleash your unique qualities. As you do, you not only lift yourself higher, but also pull those around you upward along with you. Embrace this special role with pride, for every step you take is a testament to the profound influence you wield, and your light will grow ever brighter, reaching corners you never imagined. Sign 2. Unsolicited advice. The second sign that others recognize you as a chosen one lies in their relentless need to offer you unsolicited advice. This flood of guidance isn't a mere coincidence. It's a vivid signal that they perceive the immense potential dwelling within you. They are pulled toward your light, enchanted by the unique path you tread, and driven by an irresistible urge to weave themselves into your journey, even if they don't fully grasp its meaning. Each time someone persistently shares their counsel, it's their attempt to step into your story. They yearn to sway your choices, shape your actions, and somehow partake in the brilliance of the success they believe is destined for you. To them, your journey is not just noteworthy, it's transformative. And by offering their input, they feel tethered to the extraordinary fate you carry. Consider the everyday moments where this quietly unfolds. Perhaps a family member tirelessly advises you on your career, nudging you toward paths they deem more fitting, as if they hold the key to your best future. Or maybe a close friend frequently chimes in with relationship advice, convinced their viewpoint is essential for your personal growth. These exchanges, though often rooted in good intentions, can sometimes feel suffocating or invasive, like an unceasing rain of opinions pressing down on you. Picture a casual conversation where a coworker suddenly interjects, offering suggestions on how you should manage your time or tackle tasks, as though they're duty-bound to steer you. These instances might leave you wondering if they truly see you, or if they're simply projecting their own ideas onto your canvas. This ceaseless stream of advice is a double-edged sword. On one side, it reveals that others view you as a beacon of possibility, a soul marked for greatness in their eyes. They gaze at you and envision a radiant future, a journey worth their emotional and intellectual investment. Yet, on the flip side, it can weigh heavily on you, especially when their words clash with your inner truth or the direction you've chosen. At times, their advice feels like ill-fitting garments, lovely perhaps, but not made for you, burdening you with expectations that don't align with your essence. Imagine being at a family gathering where everyone takes turns opining on your life's next steps, from where you should live to how you might raise children someday. It can feel like an ambush, but it's also a mirror reflecting the value they place on you, not just as a person, but as a symbol of hope and potential. The secret lies in turning this phenomenon into your strength. Treat each piece of advice as an affirmation of your role in the universe, a sign that your presence is potent enough to stir others' hearts and minds. Don't let it derail you or seed doubt. Instead, stand firm in your confidence, knowing that your magnetism invites their involvement. As you listen, sift through their words with your own intuition. Hold on to the gems, those insights that truly resonate with your higher purpose, and let the rest drift away like a passing breeze, leaving your inner peace undisturbed. In doing so, you honor both your journey and the vision others hold of your potential, all while keeping the reins of your own story firmly in hand. Sign 3. Nervousness or discomfort. The third sign that others recognize you as a chosen one is the palpable nervousness or discomfort they exhibit in your presence. This reaction isn't random. It stems from the powerful energy you radiate and the undeniable authenticity that shines through your being. Simply by being there, you shift the atmosphere. Your presence has the strength to unsettle those around you, prompting them to reveal signs of unease they may not even consciously register. People who encounter you might suddenly stumble over their words, their usual confidence faltering under the invisible weight of your aura. They may avert their eyes, unable to meet your gaze, because looking into your eyes feels like peering into a mirror that reflects their deepest, most hidden truths they might not be ready to face. Restless gestures like fidgeting with their fingers, tapping their feet incessantly, or shifting uncomfortably also betray their struggle to contain the disquiet your presence ignites within them. Picture the familiar scenes from daily life where this becomes apparent. At work, you might notice colleagues acting overly cautious around you. Someone typically articulate might hesitate, their voice trembling slightly, or their hands quivering as they hand you a document, not out of fear, but because they sense something profound emanating from you. In social settings, a usually relaxed friend might let out an awkward laugh or rush to fill every silence with trivial chatter, as if they're afraid the quiet will expose their inner discomfort. Even family members who've known you for years might show subtle signs of tension when you speak your truth, or stand resolute in your convictions. Perhaps a fleeting frown, a sidestepped question, or an unusual hush. Imagine a group meeting where someone keeps adjusting their chair or glancing at their watch, unable to settle down while you're there. These reactions weave a pattern, subtle yet undeniable. This nervousness isn't your fault, nor is it something to feel ashamed of. On the contrary, it's a vivid testament to the profound impact you wield. The sincerity in how you live, the steadfastness of your chosen path, and the light you carry don't just highlight your true nature, they also inadvertently shine into the shadowed corners of others' minds. You're like a warm yet intense flame, comforting to be near, but potentially overwhelming for those unprepared to handle its heat. Your presence challenges them to confront themselves, to face insecurities, unresolved questions, or buried contradictions they've long avoided. A friend might feel unsettled because you unknowingly stir up a fear of failure they've sidestepped. A colleague might tremble because your confidence makes them question their own abilities. They don't resent you. They simply haven't yet learned to harmonize with the potent energy you bring. Embrace this sign as an affirmation of your power, a proof of the transformative energy you hold. Don't view the unease you provoke as a negative. Instead, see it as a rare gift. Your unique ability to spark change and foster self-awareness in others. When you walk into a room, you don't just bring yourself. You bring an opportunity for those around you to peer into their own souls, even if it initially leaves them flustered or uneasy. That friend who laughs awkwardly today might, because of you, start reflecting on what they truly want in life. The colleague who trembles in your presence might gradually learn to trust themselves more by witnessing your resolve. So step into this role with confidence and compassion. Your presence isn't a fleeting breeze. It's a powerful catalyst, capable of igniting growth and awakening in others' hearts, even if it begins with moments of awkwardness or unrest. Pay attention to how they react, but don't let it deter you. Instead, keep shining, for your light doesn't just guide your own path. It helps those around you find theirs, whether they realize it in the moment or not. Sign 4. Hostility or sabotage. The fourth sign that others recognize you as a chosen one is the sudden hostility or sabotage you might encounter from those you once considered allies. This unanticipated antagonism doesn't arise by chance. It stems from their deep-seated fear of your potential success and the threat they perceive in your steadfast journey toward greatness. Your presence, your clear sense of purpose, and the boundless potential you embody can awaken profound insecurities within them, driving them to act in ways that are negative, even cunning and deceitful. You might notice that people who once cheered you on suddenly turn against you without any apparent reason. For instance, a once friendly colleague might begin subtly undermining your projects, spreading false rumors, or sabotaging your efforts with calculated moves. Their actions are fueled by a dread that your achievements will eclipse theirs, pushing them into a spiral of jealousy and self-doubt. This betrayal cuts especially deep when it comes from those you trusted, people you viewed as friends or confidants. Imagine the real-life scenarios where this plays out vividly. At work, a teammate who once collaborated seamlessly with you might abruptly turn competitive. They interrupt you in meetings to discredit your ideas with snide remarks, or brazenly claim credit for the successes you've worked hard to achieve. Within your social circle, a close friend might start whispering behind your back, amplifying minor misunderstandings into full-blown conflicts, or stirring up unnecessary drama to unsettle your peace. Even in your family, you might sense a relative, perhaps a cousin or an uncle, growing unusually critical, constantly dismissing your dreams with skeptical jabs or showing indifference when you share your future plans. Picture a casual weekend gathering where the air subtly shifts. You catch veiled comments aimed at downplaying your efforts or a coldness that wasn't there before. These moments weave a pattern of resistance against your light. This hostility doesn't reflect your actions or your worth. Don't let it make you question yourself. Instead, it stands as a powerful testament to the vibrant energy and extraordinary potential you carry. They aren't acting out because you're flawed, but because they're terrified of how brightly you might shine, a brilliance they feel they can't match. Their fear of being overshadowed drives them to try to dim your flame, as if extinguishing your light will somehow shield them from their own shortcomings. A colleague might sabotage you because they worry your success will expose their stagnation. A friend might gossip out of envy for the confidence you naturally exude. But recognize this: it's not a battle between you and them. It's their internal struggle, and you've simply become the mirror reflecting what they can't yet face. See this hostility as a clear marker of your significant impact. It signals that you're on a path potent enough to disrupt the familiar order, prompting others to react defensively. Don't let it deter you. Instead, embrace this challenge with confidence and resilience. Understand that their attempts to undermine you, no matter how cunning, will prove futile against your true purpose and unshakable determination. When facing these situations, stand firm with assertiveness and a clear mind. Don't let their negative actions pull you off course. Root yourself in your truth, unshaken by their barbs or schemes. Moreover, turn these experiences into fuel to fortify your resolve. Each time you rise above betrayal or animosity, you not only prove your inner strength, but also deepen your commitment to the path you're chosen to walk. Picture yourself as a towering mountain. Fierce winds may blow, but they can't uproot your foundation. Your ability to transcend these trials isn't just evidence of your unique journey. It's a symbol of the unwavering strength and integrity you possess. Keep moving forward, not with resentment, but with pride, knowing that every step you take serves as a reminder that your light is too powerful to be snuffed out by anyone. Sign 5. Seeking validation. The fifth sign that others recognize you as a chosen one is their frequent need to seek your validation or approval. This behavior isn't just a random habit. It stems from their recognition of the profound wisdom and the significance of the perspective you bring. To them, you're like a lighthouse radiating clarity and insight, compelling them to turn to you to affirm their decisions and actions. Your presence at social gatherings often transforms into a magnet, drawing in those who crave confirmation for their choices or seek comfort amid confusion. Friends, acquaintances, and even those who've only crossed paths with you briefly find themselves constantly asking for your opinion on a wide range of matters, from personal struggles like resolving family conflicts to weighty professional decisions like whether to accept a new job offer. This goes beyond a simple need for advice. At its core, they yearn to align themselves with the wisdom and authority they perceive in you. Your viewpoint carries a distinct weight, a resonance they instinctively trust and deeply value. In daily life, this manifests in countless ways. For instance, a colleague might regularly seek your input before finalizing a project, not because they lack capability, but because they believe your approval elevates their work's worth. Or a close friend might repeatedly ask your thoughts on their relationship troubles, from decoding a cryptic message from their partner to navigating a heated argument, relying on you as a moral and emotional compass. They may not even realize why they crave your endorsement so intensely, but it's the steady energy and natural confidence you exude that pulls them closer. When you nod in agreement or offer a piece of advice, it doesn't just solidify their choices. It becomes a powerful affirmation of their own value, giving them the courage to push forward and break through the doubts holding them back. Picture a specific scenario: a friend wrestling with a major life change. like switching to an entirely new career after years in a familiar role or uprooting their life to start fresh in a distant city. They come to you, pouring out their tangled thoughts, their fears of failure, and their fragile hopes for a brighter future. They lay out every worry in detail, their eyes flickering with anticipation, as if your gentle smile or subtle nod could unlock the strength they need to cross the threshold of hesitation. Your encouragement or guidance might become the deciding factor, the bridge between idea and action in their mind. This underscores the profound influence you wield in their lives, not just through the words you offer, but through the unwavering trust they place in your judgment and vision. This quest for validation testifies to your role as a guiding light. They sense the strength and clarity within you, a beacon that steadies them amid storms of doubt. Your ability to pierce through the fog of uncertainty and provide grounded, insightful feedback sets you apart. It's not just about answering questions. You become a spiritual anchor, a safe harbor where they find the security to face tough choices. Take a group meeting, for example. As debates swirl over a project's direction, they might instinctively turn to you, waiting for a concise remark to steer the discussion. Or during a late-night chat with friends, when someone shares a bold dream, they pause, look to you, as if silently asking, "Do you think I can do this?" This reliance, though unspoken, is a quiet acknowledgement of your elevated status, a nod to the higher understanding and purpose you embody. Yet while this role brings honor, it also carries the responsibility of maintaining your own balance. The constant stream of people turning to you can be a gift, but if unchecked, it risks draining your energy, pulling you into their needs at the expense of your own journey. Learn to discern when to extend a hand and when to step back to safeguard your mental well-being. For instance, if a friend calls late at night, repeatedly seeking your input on the same unresolved issue without taking their own steps, you might gently set a boundary, encouraging them to trust themselves more. This isn't rejection. It's preserving your light so it can continue to shine brightly. Embrace this role with confidence and humility, as you've done with the previous signs: imitation, unsolicited advice, nervousness, or even hostility. Understand that their need for your validation mirrors the inner power and wisdom you possess. Wield this influence wisely, guiding others with compassion while staying true to your own path. Your ability to uplift and affirm others isn't just a vital part of your journey. It's a bridge linking your growth to theirs. As you help them uncover their own light, you stoke the flame within yourself, creating a harmonious cycle of mutual elevation and empowerment. Sign 6. Acting as if they know your plans. The sixth sign that others recognize you as a chosen one is their tendency to act as if they know your plans or routines. This behavior isn't merely a random coincidence. It arises from their obsession with you and their desire to anticipate your next moves. They see you as a figure of profound significance, someone with an undeniable pull, and so they attempt to align themselves with your path by predicting what you'll do. You might notice this in how colleagues, friends, or even casual acquaintances try to preempt your schedule or choices. For example, a coworker might confidently declare, "I knew you'd pick this project," as if they've peered into your mind. Or a friend might say, "I was certain you'd show up at this event," with a conviction that catches you off guard. These remarks aren't throwaway comments. They reflect a deep fascination with your decisions and a subconscious urge to emulate the course you're charting. Picture a concrete scenario to see this more clearly. Suppose you have a habit of visiting a favorite cafe at a set time each week, say Saturday mornings to read or unwind. Over time, you start spotting familiar faces consistently there at the same hour, even though they never used to follow that routine. Their presence isn't a fluke. It's a deliberate effort to step into your space, to share the atmosphere and energy you bring. They might adjust their own schedules, waking earlier, shifting their lunch break. just to be near you, though they'd never admit why. This behavior doesn't stop at physical proximity. It extends to other facets of your life. People might try to forecast your next career move, saying things like, "I bet you'll get promoted soon," or speculate about your lifestyle choices, such as, "You're definitely the type to settle in a quiet place." They might even guess your stance on social or political issues, as if they've cracked the code of your thinking. They do this because they view you as a beacon of success and wisdom, someone whose actions, big or small, carry a weight and influence they want to tap into. This self-assumed knowledge has two sides, much like the signs before it. On one hand, it's a sign of the respect and admiration they hold for you. They see you as someone with foresight and capability, a model worth following, and their attempts to predict your moves are a subtle nod to your clarity and leadership. When a colleague accurately guesses you'll opt for a particular strategy at work, it might be an unspoken compliment to your decision-making prowess. Yet, on the other hand, it can feel intrusive. When someone constantly assumes they know you, from what you'll eat for lunch to how you'll react in a situation, it can encroach on your personal space and autonomy. You might start wondering, do they actually understand me? Or are they just projecting their expectations onto me? What begins as flattering attention can morph into a sense of being watched or stripped of control over your own narrative. That's why it's vital to recognize this dynamic and set clear boundaries to protect your privacy and maintain ownership of your journey. Imagine a friend insisting they knew you'd attend a party, even though you never confirmed. You could smile and say, "I like keeping things a little unpredictable," gently asserting your independence while keeping the tone light. By staying aware of this sign, you can navigate these interactions with grace and assertiveness. Understand that their efforts to predict you stem from seeing you as a leader and a source of inspiration. But that doesn't mean you have to let them shape your life. Use this recognition to reinforce your boundaries. You're not obliged to live up to their guesses or disclose your plans unless you choose to. Embrace the power this assumed knowledge brings, just as you've done with the earlier signs. Imitation, unsolicited advice, nervousness, hostility, or the need for validation. It's a testament to your influence, proof that you're not just an ordinary person but someone who stirs ripples in others' lives, whether you intend to or not. Still, don't let it lead you astray. Stay true to yourself and your path. Every decision you make should reflect your higher purpose, not bend to meet anyone's expectations. When an acquaintance says, "I knew you'd do this," you can smile inwardly and think, "Only if it's what I truly want." By holding fast to your identity, you not only safeguard your unique light. Sign 7. Obsession with your failures. The seventh sign that others recognize you as a chosen one is their unhealthy fixation on your failures or setbacks. This behavior arises from their own deep-rooted insecurities and a desperate wish to see you stumble, as if your missteps could somehow justify their own shortcomings. They scrutinize your every action, eagerly awaiting any hint of difficulty or defeat to seize upon. You might notice certain people who take an odd, almost gleeful interest in your struggles. When a setback hits, they're the first to chime in, their comments laced with a barely concealed satisfaction. Though they might mask their words as concern or helpful advice, their real aim is to revel in your faltering. For instance, a colleague might remark, "I heard your project fell apart. I thought you had everything under control," their tone betraying a smug delight in your misfortune. This obsession with your downfall mirrors their inner turmoil. They see your success as a glaring spotlight on their own lack of progress, and your failures offer them a fleeting sense of relief. Witnessing your struggles makes them feel briefly superior, as if your stumbles lift them up by comparison. This toxic pattern shows up in different ways, spreading whispers about your challenges or even quietly working to trip you up further. Picture a situation at work where you lose a key client or a project goes off track. While most teammates rally with sincere support, a few linger on the sidelines, their reactions tinged with pleasure. They might chip away at your confidence with subtle digs like, maybe this wasn't your strength after all, or imply you bit off more than you could chew. Their intent is clear: to shake your belief in yourself and your path as a chosen one. Take a closer look at how this plays out. At the office, after a presentation doesn't land as hoped, one coworker might linger by the coffee machine, casually dropping, "Tough break. Guess not every idea can be a winner," while their eyes betray a flicker of triumph. Or in a social circle, when a personal goal slips out of reach, like a delayed move or a missed opportunity, someone might feign sympathy with, "I knew it'd be hard for you," all while savoring your disappointment. This isn't about you failing. It's about their need to feel less inadequate. They cling to your setbacks like lifelines, hoping each one dims the light they fear outshines them. It's vital to confront this head-on with firmness and clarity. Their fixation isn't a judgment of your worth. It's a reflection of their own limits. Stay steady and resilient against their negativity. Don't let their barbs take root. Instead, channel their attempts to drag you down into motivation to climb higher. Each time you push past their pettiness, you prove the depth of your strength and the resolve that marks you as a chosen one. Build a circle of allies who genuinely cheer your victories and stand firm with you in tough times. Colleagues who brainstorm solutions after a loss, friends who remind you of your wins. Keep your eyes locked on your goals and chase your higher purpose with relentless focus. Your path isn't shaped by the obstacles you hit, but by how you rise above them, stronger, bolder, and more unshakable than before. Sign 8. Resorting to spells or black magic. The 8th sign that others recognize you as a chosen one is their extreme resort to spells or black magic against you. This desperate measure to weaken your power starkly reveals how much they acknowledge your commanding presence. Those unsettled by your strength and radiant spiritual light may turn to shadowy tactics, hoping to dim your brilliance. Yet, their attempts are doomed to fail, as your divine protection and inner fortitude form an unbreakable shield. You might feel an odd heaviness or unease, like an invisible weight pressing down, a dark cloud hovering. This could show up as sudden streaks of bad luck, unexplained ailments, or a persistent wave of negativity. For instance, you might face a string of mishaps. Surround yourself with uplifting people, friends who radiate positivity or mentors who share your values, whose collective light amplifies your own, forming a fortress against dark forces. Trust your gut. If something feels off, it likely is. Lean on your inner wisdom and spiritual allies to guide you back to clarity and safety. Face this negativity, directly but fearlessly. Acknowledge it. I feel this weight, but it's not mine. And let it pass. Their attacks only prove your potency. The harder they push, the clearer it becomes. You're a force they can't topple. Embrace your role as a chosen one with steady confidence, knowing no shadow can touch your essence. Your path brims with challenges, but each one sharpens your will and ties you closer to the divine. Rise above with poise, letting your light burn brighter. Share how you've overcome. A quick story of shrugging off a curse can spark courage in others. Your unyielding spirit not only shields you, but lights the way for others to stand firm, proving no darkness can snuff out a chosen one's flame. As a chosen one, your path blazes with the divine light radiating from within, a beacon that steers you through the deepest shadows and the most relentless foes. The signs we've explored: imitation, unsolicited advice, nervousness, hostility, validation seeking, prediction attempts, obsession with your setbacks, and even dark magic, aren't mere reactions from others. They are resounding affirmations of your extraordinary role in this world. Your inner strength surpasses the ordinary, forged in the crucible of countless trials, tempered by adversity into an unyielding resilience. Each sign reflects a truth. Their mimicry honors your influence. Their advice reveals your perceived potential. Their unease underscores your profound impact. Hostility and sabotage, born from their fear of your ascent, yet powerless against your divine shield. When they seek your approval or try to foresee your moves, it's their silent salute to your wisdom and stature. Even the rare, sinister turn to black magic only magnifies your might. Petty shadows cast against your unshakable brilliance. Your journey carries immense weight, a tapestry woven with purpose and power. Embrace it fully, standing firm in confidence and unshaken faith. This isn't just about enduring, it's about thriving. Fortify your spirit daily. Meditate to center your energy. Pray to connect with the divine. Surround yourself with souls who lift you higher. These practices don't just protect you, they amplify your light, making it a force that darkness cannot touch. You're not a solitary figure in this. Other chosen ones walk beside you, their struggles mirroring yours, their victories strengthening the unseen web of your spiritual tribe. Together, you form a collective resilience, a shared radiance that defies the odds. Your story, raw, real, triumphant, is more than a personal victory. It's a lifeline for others. Share it boldly. That time you rose above sabotage at work, or shook off a wave of negativity with a quiet prayer. Tell it. Your words can spark hope, lighting a fire in someone teetering on the edge of their own power. Urge them to spot their own signs, to claim their strength, to stand tall as you do. You're a guide, a proof of what's possible. So, rise with grace, chosen one. Let your light pour out, not just for you, but to lead others to their own awakening. Your courage, your grit, your unwavering spirit, they're your truest treasures. Own this journey with every step. Don't keep this to yourself. Share your tale today. Write it, speak it, post it somewhere it'll reach even one soul. Tell us how you faced these signs and won. Inspire someone to find their light. Start now. Your voice is the spark the world needs.